This is my poor man's Pappy. We're making Pappy at home. Hey guys, welcome to Bourbon and Sports. My name is Sean, and today we're going to talk about aging bourbon at your house. So let's jump right in, guys. So this is my Redhead barrel, 2-liter mini barrel used for aging bourbon. Now it ages bourbon much faster than in a big barrel because more of the liquid is touching the wood, and so therefore it ages it a lot faster. And here we have our Buffalo Trace Mash White Dog 1. So the White Dog was basically moonshine. This is what the master distillers back in the day, they were making this and drinking it straight, and then they realized that it was great to put in the barrels to make bourbon. And that's how they started using this to age bourbon. And this is made at the Buffalo Trace Distillery. This is what they use to put in their own barrels, what you're drinking at home that's made by Buffalo Trace. Now they have a Mash 1, a Mash 2, and a Mash 3. This is the Mash 1. I haven't really seen the Mash 2 or 3 anywhere for sale, so I'm not sure if you can get your hands on that or not. So because this is what they use to put in their barrels to make their high quality bourbon, that's what we're trying to do here at my house. I have my mini barrel here. We're gonna put this in here. We're gonna leave it for about 3 months, and we're gonna try it along the way just to experience how it's aging and see how it's going. But it's gonna take about 3 weeks to get some good tasting bourbon. Some of you guys might know that Buffalo Trace makes Pappy, one of the highly sought out bourbons that is very hard to get your hands on for a reasonable price. Most of the times to get it at a reasonable price, you have to win it in a raffle. So this is my poor man's Pappy. We're making Pappy at home. Not literally, but we're trying to make some high level bourbon and just have fun and enjoy it along the way. So right here, this is, if you didn't see the other video, this is my Wild Turkey 101 that I aged in here for 4 weeks. It is very strongly suggested from all the reviews and other people that I've seen do it to do a bourbon at first so that you cut down on the Devil's Cut. Devil's Cut is what bourbon that you lose going into the wood, because the wood is going to soak some of that up, and because we're not doing 4, 6, 8, 10 years to be able to have that bourbon go in and out of the wood with the heat and the cold, you're going to lose a good amount. And I did lose a good amount due to the wood with that round, and also it's soaked in the wood. It's going to serve as flavoring in this go around that we do here. Besides that, I mean, it turned out great. Really can taste that wood and the oak on the Wild Turkey. Definitely think that it elevated the Wild Turkey 101, which I think is a very great bourbon in general for a great price as well. But it just kind of elevated it to a mid-class bourbon where, you know, you get a regular bottle for $18, $20, $22, and now I got a $40, $50 quality bourbon. And I have this, and then right here we have that as well. So real quick, I do also want to add that the Mash 1 is actually 75% corn, 10% rye, and 15% parsley. So that's the breakdown of it so that you know that what we're putting in here. And I've smelt it. It smells just like some strong moonshine. It is 125 proof. So we're gonna make some good strong bourbon here. Wow, yeah, a very, very sweet finish to it. You know, when the first sip, you get that all that ethanol up front, very strong, some heat. But then when it settles, you get almost a candy corn type of finish to it. I'm actually very surprised. Definitely you can tell, 125 proof, but up front, you know, you get that ethanol, but once that ethanol goes away, that alcohol taste, then you get a very sweet vanilla, caramel, sweet corn finish to it, which I'm very, very surprised. I mean, you know, for something that just hasn't been aged in a barrel at all, which because there is so much corn in there, that corn's where you get that sweet flavor and those sweet notes from. So even smelling it, you definitely get a lot of sweet notes. But so we have 3 of these. These are $3.75. I paid $16.99 at Total Wine. So there we have it. We have our Buffalo Trace Mash 1 in the barrel, ready to age it. I'm very excited to see how this turns out and how this tastes. This is my version of poor man's Pappy. So if you're excited about this journey, go ahead and like this video, hit the subscribe button so you do get the notifications. I believe I'm going to try to do every 2 weeks, do an update of how it's tasting. Maybe we'll do 3 weeks just to give it a little more time, because what I've seen of other people, starting off, the first couple of tastes are pretty brutal. But I would like to get an idea of how the aging process goes and how it tastes along the way. So, yeah. Thank you for tuning in to Bourbon and Sports. And this is how you make poor man's Pappy at home.